Coming at you live, not really live, from 3 distinct locations on planet Earth. Hello.
Yeah, let's go, bro. That was
Welcome
sick.
to the station.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Switchfoot was a Christian band. Kansas was not originally, but Kenny Levgren got born again, and prior to writing "Carry On My Wayward Son," that is a Christian song. Are there any other Christian bands?
Yeah. Today I heard Deftones covered Simple Man, and it had me
Whoa.
thinking about Leonard Skinner. They're probably a Christian band just by default.
Yeah,
Sure.
but that's a little different type of Christian, boy. That's Baptist, son.
Yeah.
I think Creed's in there, right? They gotta be.
Well, no, they explicitly were not a Christian band, even though Stapp was a Christian during their mainstream
Okay.
success. He kind of halfway kept it hidden from his bandmates, but they all knew that he was actually writing Christian songs, but no one else in the band identified as a Christian musician, and publicly they were not.
Okay.
Brutal.
But Scott Stapp was
Brutal to find out after you get famous that you are in a Christian band. You are,
Oh,
you are the
yeah,
Christian
sure.
grunge band drummer. And you're like, I was
Grunge,
just
but
trying
yeah.
to get pussy. What are you doing,
I
Scott?
think I'm trying to remember.
Bro.
I think they had two people named Scott as well, but I think
Okay, well, they had
the drummer
other
bassist.
problems.
Yeah.
They had bigger
Yeah, right.
problems.
I mean, Scott is really not a rock type of name.
No.
And
Yeah,
Aw.
but yeah, no. Scott Stapp went through. He had some pretty wild. A bunch of the like famous on tour, hanging off a balcony, like threatening suicide kind of stuff. But my favorite story about him is having repeated visits from Jim Morrison when he was looking in the mirror. But yeah, he was pretty crazy guy,
Whoa.
Scott. But you know that.
Can you bring the mic closer to your face?
Yeah. But yeah, that
There
concert he
he
did after
is.
9/11. Did you guys catch that one?
what'd
did
you
a-
say?
The Creed concert, the Thanksgiving halftime show right after 9/11.
Pro or anti?
9/11 or
Yeah.
Thanksgiving? No, they unified the country. They really did at a time
Wow.
when we needed
That's
it. Yeah.
what happened. Yeah, that's why
No.
we're still here.
Yeah, complete with ribbon trapeze dancers that were wearing like MC Hammer parachute pants, but were men with shaved heads and shaved torsos who kind of looked like hip hop Buddhist monks. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound somewhat familiar. I could have seen that.
I think we all watched that.
Yeah.
Actually.
I'm just imagining that there was a second event of that description, and
You're like confusing them.
yeah,
I'm not sure which time I saw that.
right.
Yeah.
That could be a really good premise for some distasteful jokes. Someone's describing something, and the listener like thinks they're discussing, the bombing of Hiroshima or something like that. But then they like, oh, I thought you were talking about, and it's something that is really benign or something like that.
Mhm.
It's like a joke.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Creed, I've been having a grunge couple of days. I've been listening to grunge. Did
Hell
y'all remember that Nirvana fucking rules? Actually, it is way better than you remember. It's so good. It's so good, Nirvana. Jim, you live in Seattle. You don't give me that face. It's so
No.
good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've never
Hendrix
been a
is
fan,
what?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, They're fine. I mostly feel sorry for the guy, but
Yeah,
anyone
for
who
sure.
got on MTV singing the lyrics "Everyone is gay" is all right in my book.
dude, dude,
Uh,
Nirvana like approaches this kind
mm,
of vulnerability that is so sincere and yet so forceful still. It's not simpering or anything. It's very forceful but and very vulnerable, and it is raw, and the thing that they're doing is so punk. They're like the way that they um just like get off of center a little bit is so punk. It's crazy, man. It's very good. The vibe is like I feel like it still speaks to a certain kind of masculine malaise that
Hmm.
yeah.
I
Mm.
guess I need to give him another listen, man.
Give them another listen. Listen to In Bloom. These kind of like and also the fact that they kind of broke the doors open on grunge and mainstream success, and
Yeah.
the name of the single was Smells Like Teen Spirit is such like a wizardy like move.
And
Oh man, gives me chills. Oh, rest in peace, my man. I
yeah.
hope that you found the peace that you were looking for, because
it wasn't
that's
on
a
Earth.
really hard way to go. That's a really hard way to go.
Hmm.
Was
Shouts out if
he
you are
is
struggling.
there is
To
there
be shot by
was
your
that a
girlfriend.
suspicious death, you know? Was he like
Yeah,
murdered
it's
potentially?
it's one of those ones they think the girlfriend maybe killed him.
Right.
I've always gotten the impression that it's one of those where the like evidence was pretty conclusive, but for mythology's sake, people have speculated that Courtney Love did it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
Hole is a really good band, by the way, too.
Hole?
That's Courtney Love's band.
Uh,
Hole, yeah, that's very good
Mm.
okay.
too.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel you. I think there's also, when you listen to the music, there's something really tragic that the spirit that is writing those lyrics and is seeking out answers to the anguish, to know that ultimately those questions resolved in suicide is utterly heartbreaking. It is utterly heartbreaking, and it like renews my commitment when I listen to it to seek out healing for
Yeah.
men in particular, man. It's
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
this is gonna sound like I'm making a joke or being disrespectful or something, but actually, compared to Cobain's songwriting and his story, I think their original drummer that got kicked out because he did too much drugs and was replaced by Dave Grohl. Um, I feel more. I feel like it's more. His story is more tragic. I did sound for his rock band at a weed festival in like 2018.
Hell yeah.
They, they were the closer on the first night, and I forget their name, but, it was like billed as the original drummer from Nirvana. This guy at that time, probably mid 50s, just so bitter and angry and too drunk to be playing drums on stage, and it
Mm,
was just like a shit show. It's one thing if like a 22-year-old kid is too drunk on stage and you're just like, god
Right.
damn it. As from like a, if
hey,
you're on the,
hey. Oh no.
being a sound man or whatever, it's like, this is annoying. But when it's like a 55-year-old man and he like ends the set by like kicking his drum set apart literally out of like the anger at himself that he is there because he's getting a paycheck for something that he missed out on, that shot of fame. And yeah,
Right.
Mm,
that was he is the most he was the most heartbreaking musician that I've ever seen play a set.
Yeah.
mm. Prayers to that guy.
Yeah, no, he was a piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
No. We need
He was
everyone.
so rude.
Everyone.
Taking the high road.
No, he was awful, and he sucked at drums too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I did
sounds
feel
like a
really bad for him.
buzzkill, man.
He was. His band was
Terrible
really
guy to have
good,
it at the weed festival.
Right.
right?
At the weed
Yeah.
festival. That sounds like an idiom. I feel like a buzzkill at the weed festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to start using that.
Yeah, I was actually I kind of feel like I got tricked into it because my friend that I do some sound with asked me if I wanted to do a festival, and I was like, that sounds really fun. I hadn't done anything of that size before, and the pay was good and the work sounded good and everything. And he said, oh, by the way, just so you know, it sounds like this is gonna be like a marijuana friendly event. I don't know if that's a problem. And at that time, I
Marijuana
already
friendly.
like completely hated weed, and he knew that about me, that I just
Yeah.
couldn't stand it. And then we get there, and like the first thing we see is like, a huge poster board that has like pot leaves and joints and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is a weed festival, isn't it?
Sound I love that to break it to you with sounding like it's gonna be weed friendly, Jim.
Right.
And then it's just a weed festival.
Yeah, no, during the closer on the last night, they brought out, I don't remember if it was 2 or 5 pounds. Did we talk about this recently? I talked to someone about this
Yeah,
giant
tell us
can.
again. Tell us again. Tell us the
Well,
story, Grandpa,
okay.
of the
Well,
5-pound joints.
it
Tell
might
us
have only
again,
been 2 pounds,
Grandpa.
but weed is like really, it's not very dense. But it
Yeah.
was
Right.
like huge. It was like over a foot long, and a bore this size, and they were passing it around, and they're like, "Hey, sound guys, you want to hit?" And it's like, I'm working, and
Yeah. Fuck
I
you.
hate weed. Yeah.
Fuck you.
But my favorite band, there were a couple of original bands that I really liked, but there was a Rush cover band, and they were pretty good. But Rush's songs are just so great that was my
Yeah.
favorite
I
set.
was about to say, you got to be pretty good if you're doing Rush cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Rush was a high school band, right?
Yeah.
Dang, is that
That's
true?
it's yeah,
Yeah.
they like went the distance. They went the distance, they lived the dream. I love that about Rush.
Yeah, and
What's
they're
a
all
mid-
three, like, by all accounts, extremely nice, humble,
Yeah.
pleasant dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sweet. And Neil
Name
Peart
Tom
wrote,
Sawyer, mean man.
yeah, I was thinking, there's closer to the heart. The whole song is, I think, really beautiful. But my favorite lyric is from Free Will. Neil Peart wrote, "If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice." I think I brought this up to y'all recently,
Yeah.
but
Words to
hearing
live
that
by.
on Hits 96 like changed my world.
Hey, it's 96.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Harrison, Arkansas listeners.
Let's
Y'all remember
go.
Hits 96? They rebranded. They did a whole rebrand. So there's no more Hits 96.
Really?
It's cool. 96.1. Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
KOOL.
There you
Seems
go.
like appropriation to me.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. In that fucking town of all places.
You know, we were talking the other day, me and Lily, and I think we were watching Forrest Gump or something. And, obviously there's a lot of political stuff in that, but as we were listening to it, it kind of dawned on me, there's not really that much mainstream political music these days, unless y'all can think of some, like,
Kendrick Lamar.
sure.
Yeah, Springsteen came out with that song about the violence in Minnesota perpetrated by ICE officers.
I haven't heard that.
Springsteen is still cranking
Right?
them out.
Yeah.
I thought they did it dead and gone, bro.
I know, and like, yeah, he's from like wherever, Pennsylvania, right? He's like, he's supposed to be associated with the place he's from, whatever. But
I thought
he
New
just has,
Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey, that's what it is. I've always gotten the vibe from him that he's sort of like, I mean, like he has a foreign expatriate sort of vibe about him, as far as just like,
Yeah.
maybe just the way that I personally have not been interested in anything he's ever done and kind of blown him off.
Same.
But Yeah,
I
I don't
came
know.
up with a good one. You
Hmm?
know, hope springs eternal from the human breast. It's hits Springsteen eternal.
Ooh,
Hmm.
wow.
That's something you could say,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My gosh.
The
But yeah.
support you offer, Michael, is very helpful.
But yeah, because I mean, I like. It's funny. I compare him a lot in my mind to Neil Young as far as like good and interesting, and I don't care at all. And I feel like with Bruce
Yeah,
Springsteen, I've always felt like I just don't care what this person has to say as if he's not an American commenting on very American things. Whereas when Neil
right.
Young writes a song about like the Kent State shootings, or like racism that's going on in the Jim Crow era, I'm like, yeah, this guy's really got the American thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Crazy last name for an old guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
Neil Young, I trust his heart or something.
right,
right.
yeah,
Although I
I
think he did
remember
have
him.
some weird things happen with his wife or
Oh,
something like
really?
that. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, don't Wikipedia him or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I'm not
no,
saying I'm not.
Actually, he was on Epstein. No, allegedly.
hmm,
Yeah, yeah. Oh
yeah.
man.
I
I can't
actually,
believe they got Gnome on that, dude.
Bro, I
what are
don't
you?
give a fuck. Like, have you seen it or looked into it?
Yeah.
What Gnome was up to?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Noam Chomsky with
Yeah, yeah.
Epstein.
Is it
Oh yeah,
bad?
but I haven't looked into it. I just assumed it
It
was really bad.
I
it's
mean, from
like,
what I've heard it's not that bad.
yeah,
Else than associating with someone that he potentially should have known
right.
was allegedly a pedophile.
Yeah, and not only that, but like a Mossad agent, like
Yeah,
like crooked dealer for um yeah, deep state bullshit. I
Yeah.
that's where I
to
fall back on context, man. You know,
Yeah, I mean, to me though, the heartbreaking thing is that I that is now attached to Noam Chomsky,
yeah,
who I
for
think
sure.
offered. I mean, there's a lot of tankies who are like,
Oh
we
yeah,
were right.
right,
They're
right,
so
right.
happy.
Yeah,
But I think that the feeling I always got about Noam was even when I disagreed with him, uh, it always seemed like his moral compass was really
right.
clear to him
Yeah,
and unwavering, and if you didn't agree with it, that's okay, but it didn't change.
right.
And then to hear his wife tell it, that it was his
Yeah,
poor judgment of character or something, it's like, it's just really, that's really sad. It's really unfortunate that happened. And also like needing to bring grace too to the situation, and like I don't know what actually happened really.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Um,
was gonna play devil's advocate, and I think like that maybe it's just a testament to how suave and charismatic and intelligent Jeffrey Epstein was. By all accounts,
yeah,
he was
Well, and I think on top
compelling
of
in those
that too,
regards.
you could, look at it from the standpoint that Chomsky wasn't like willing to just write someone off,
right.
if he knew.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. A lot of the conversation that I was seeing on that on social media is just like, I don't even see how it has any relevance to his entire life.
Yeah,
The Mossad guy, was it Barack, whatever, Edmund, I don't know, whatever the guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I don't know. What if he was interviewing the guy? You know,
Yeah.
and the picture of him laughing with Steve Bannon, it's like,
Oh, I didn't
you
see
know, these
that.
people made, I don't know. I just don't see how it matters. You know, it's like I deal with people that I don't like, you know, and you can laugh with them. I'm sure I've laughed
Mhm.
with cops before. You know, it's like I don't like cops. I don't know.
Mhm.
All of that, I just kind of was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
It starts to have me really consider more carefully how information being released now, it like paying attention to the way it is distorting the social field and
Yeah,
who's releasing that information and what who benefits from the distortions that are created, and it starts to become very weird when you feel into the collective soup, like what the fuck actually is going on. When I saw clips of the Pam Bondi hearing, and it was
yeah,
like
Hell
in the
yeah,
past,
brother.
like we all know that government at that level is theater at a certain
right.
point, and
Mhm.
it's kind of, we all kind of go along with it. It's made up on a certain level, but in the past they would act as if they thought it was real,
Right.
and that was part of what kept the structure together. It kept things clear, but then now it's like they aren't acting like people who are taking this seriously at all. Like if why would you talk about the contents of the Epstein files in that kind of register?
Yeah,
Why would you
Sure.
treat it that way? This is really fucking important, I thought. And
Dow's up.
then, huh?
I said
Dow's
dow's
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's well, and then the way that people were asking her questions even were so catty and like disrespectful, and like why, like why, am I have to play along now with this, that this is real?
yeah,
This is like,
Yeah.
this is so insulting that I now have to pretend I think this is real. Yeah, it's like the dishonesty vortex we're in is, oh.
Yeah.
and what? Mhm.
I was just gonna say I saw a hot mic clip the other day that I thought was like so unsurprising, with the exception that it came from Canada. I've always expected Canada to be a lot more moral and have greater integrity than America, partly because I'm a, well, anyways. Um, but anyway, they were interviewing this person, and she was the speaker for some government office, and she was talking about how the new prime minister was changing his views on environmental issues. That, like, what she had to say was very um, broad at that point. She wasn't talking details or anything. But then they end the interview all cordially and everything, and the news reporter goes to the next segment on the screen behind them, but the audio person didn't switch over the audio. And the person who was just being interviewed and was, like, very TV interviewed, like political office
Yeah,
spokesperson type, just what you'd expect. Um, she says on the hot mic, you hear some unintelligible words in the distance, and then she laughs and says, "Oh yeah, well it's all made up anyways." And it's
yeah.
just like,
Well, what's
yeah,
crazy about it too is it's like it's not just Epstein. You know, it's not just one thing or another. It's like every which way you look with anything political now, it's just like, you know, everyone knows that it's a bold-faced lie. It's just no one has done anything to, you know, have any sort of repercussions for the lies that they're making. So it just keeps happening.
Mhm.
But the same, you know, it's like the same thing is happening with the whole Iran story at the moment, you know, where it's just like, bro, I don't think anyone around here is worried about Iran.
Yeah.
but somehow it's in our interest to go to war with them. I mean, it's like I said,
Mm,
it's every which way you look. It's
yeah.
just straight up obvious lie, and we're just, and what's crazy to me is listening to reporters interact with it, because it's like, I don't know, at some point, do you not have to be like,
What are we doing here?
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's just, you would think at some point.
Yeah, but you ask them how did you keep going with the story, and then they like crack a smile and
All right.
wink an eye, and they say, "I ran with it."
Yeah. Yeah. Go.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I've even started lying on the internet about news stories.
No, producer Jim, you're not lying on the internet, are you?
I've been spreading misinformation, but for a good cause.
No.
No,
I
I
thought we could
have.
For a
trust
good
you.
cause. Come on, man.
No,
We've been using you as our one trusted font of information.
yeah, well, sometimes love is bigger than the truth. And so when it came out that Phil Collins' phone number was in Epstein's black book,
Uh,
I went around various places on the internet and said, it's a different Phil Collins. And I presume the truth is benign. I bet he got his phone
right.
number from someone who knew him in case he wanted to call him for some private entertainment. There's no evidence that they ever interacted in any way, but I'm
Yeah.
still just out there protecting my man.
Let's go.
Protect Phil Collins at all
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah, and some of the people that have been angry that they knew that I was lying on the internet, calling me out for lying on the internet, is very amusing.
The problem, Jim, is that now that people know you've been lying about Phil Collins, they don't know what to believe about Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not so much the lie, it's the erosion of trust in it, that there could be a truth we would know.
Yeah, maybe he's not 5'5".
Yeah, maybe he's 5'4".
Oh, see, I was thinking like 5'10".
Ah, yeah. No, that's too tall. That's like a
It's getting
weird,
up there,
that's
bro.
like
Yeah.
freak show stuff. We don't,
Yeah.
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 No, there was this trend in prog rock where the lead singer was really short and the bassist was very tall.
Yeah.
Is
That's a good,
Rutherford?
that's to me feels right.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Chris
Bases
Squire,
need to be
6'4".
really
John
tall.
Anderson,
Yeah.
5'4". And
Whoa.
yes, yep.
Short King, 5'4".
5'4".
Yeah, he's 5'4".
Hell yeah. I
Hey,
love
man,
hearing that.
you know, that might be the price he paid to be one of the most gorgeous male altos who's ever lived.
Yeah.
And
Mel
I don't know. Not
Alto.
to say that it's bad to be short. Someone the other day was all like,
I
"No
mean, it
kings,"
is.
and I'm like, "What about my short king buddies? Fuck you."
Yeah. I will say that the prettiest men I know, when I think back, like in my life, they were all short guys.
Lie.
Really, really pretty guys are short typically.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie, Mike.
That's
I was like,
that's
tall people look like, like Andre the Giant. They just get like,
Mm,
you know, and
yeah.
it's not bad. It's not a bad look. It's, but it's rugged and it's not pretty. Like short guys have like this kind of elfin trickster prettiness to them.
Dwarf type look.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm thinking Lord of the Rings here, so I don't know if
Mhm.
that's a race.
Yeah. You're being racist,
Not
not
being yeah.
ableist.
Mhm.
I mean, is it not objectively better to be tall?
No,
Don't
there
you
even
die
at
earlier?
my well,
No, we're not Great Danes here.
no, I think taller people do die earlier, and like I am the optimum height, 5'9", perfect for everything. But there are times when
Perfect for everything.
for everything, there are times when I wish that I could fit easier into a space.
Yeah.
But there's never a time that I wish I was taking up more space. And like,
Whoa.
how often do I
Wow.
have to
Then now
reach up
that
for
is a
something?
good woke man right there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hmm.
Check
Like
it off.
if I need to get up there, guess what? God made step ladders. Did
Yeah.
God
No,
make a step
man.
ladder for fitting in an airplane comfortably? I don't think so.
Anytime I, it's like I'm at risk of taking up too much space, I just spread my legs,
Hell yeah.
get a little bit extra space.
I'm a man. I'm heavy. I
Yeah,
take up space,
I'll handle it,
son.
boy. Yeah.
I love that. Man.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be short,
I wouldn't
I've
want to be
wanted to be
short.
taller multiple times, for
How
sure.
tall would you if you could pick your height, Michael, how tall would you be?
It depends my weight, but
You're about 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. I think maybe 6'3" is probably
Damn,
And
that's so
how,
inconvenient.
yeah, how
that's
tall are
probably
you? You're 6 foot?
6 foot. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Six
don't know. I
three.
think 6'3" is just about right.
Six
Yeah,
three.
6'5". I've known some guys who are 6'5", and it's like
Ooh.
the room kind of
Oh, for sure.
it's like it starts to get a bit outlandish. Like, yeah, it starts to get a bit like we have to address that someone is this tall.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, speaking of that, I will literally, if there's a really tall person that I do not
I've
know
seen
and
you
that
do
I'm just
this.
happening to see, I'm like, bro, how tall are you, man?
I've seen you do that so many times.
Mm,
Dude, I'm curious, I want to know. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's what 6'5" looks like.
Right. Right.
sure. Yeah. Short people don't like it so much when you
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. Can you imagine doing the same thing at the
Yeah.
bar? Go to a short
How
person,
short are you?
bro, how tall are you,
Bro,
bro?
no.
Oh
No, my
man.
last girlfriend was a dwarf by I don't know who made the definition that 410 and under is the dwarf.
That's
It's
a good question.
someone's
Someone made
official definition because you can be a dwarf and not have dwarfism, like my
right.
ex-girlfriend. You can also have dwarfism and not be a dwarf because some people with dwarfism are taller than 410. And an
Wow.
interesting and obvious question is which one would you choose? Say,
Ah,
like you could be like 5'3", well, let's say like 5'9", like me. Um, and have the features of a person with dwarfism, or you could be 4'8", like
like
Jonathan.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, and not have proportions and features of dwarfism. Which would you choose?
Dwarfism has other health complications, right?
Yeah.
I I'll take being taller. So I'll go for the 5'8", five
Yeah.
nine
Hmm.
Well,
option there. Jonathan, that'd be a step up.
Yeah.
Like I can never
No,
do jokes because I can't even get them out, dude.
mhm. No, because I feel like maybe like 5'1" and features of dwarfism, like that probably would not be a lot I would choose. Or 5'1", sorry, without the features of dwarfism. But when you get that short, like 4'8",
Yeah.
with regular proportions, that would be a fun way to go around.
yeah,
People would like turn their heads, and like when you're a
right.
male who is that short, you can really lean into like the kooky
You're
jester.
that short, but you look like a god. You look so you could also probably be an actor of
Oh
some
yeah,
kind. Yeah. There's like a way
Uh,
to work that.
Yeah.
sure, yeah. You could play. I don't know. I was thinking like films where um where the actors are mostly children, but they need one character who looks the same, but like is the
Yeah.
same height, but it looks old. I just thought of that as like an acting opportunity.
if they
all those
remake
movies.
Benjamin Button,
Right.
you'll have one time you're like, ah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, plenty of short people get all kinds of fun roles as like trash cans with wheels that go beep boop while the British
Right.
robot is telling you to behave or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
Jawa.
crazy that they're, I mean, was that was CP3 or what is it? R2D2.
Yeah,
Was
there's a
that
human
was
in
an
there.
actual person?
Yep.
I've never heard someone do the inflection of C3PO as C3PO. I've never heard that before. That was awesome.
C3PO.
That was so good.
Well, it's crazy to think that their level of robotics were so bad that they had to get a guy
Who was like
dressed up
3'5", yeah,
as
or whatever.
R2D2.
Oh yeah.
I think that
The
there's a
Jawas
way
too.
that that's almost better. I wish that they would go back to that.
Sure.
Yeah. All the what were the teddy bear creatures that
The
were
Yeah,
Ewoks.
the
Those were all
Ewoks.
human
Yeah.
actors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Jawas
My
were human actors. I always thought the Jawas were kind of a mind fuck because they had the hoods. You could only see their eyes. They were of extremely short stature, but they still gave off like pedophile vibes despite being like
Mhm.
smaller than a lot of children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely had pedophile vibes. Um,
What if Jeffrey Epstein was like 2'8"?
But
that would be
like that really
that
would
would be
change
really.
a lot. You know?
I had a theory. I have a new theory that I think is really good.
All right.
It's that if you want to look to pop culture for downloads, like if you're trying to get the zeitgeist and you're trying to like figure out um codes that spirit is leaving to like use synchromysticism to uncover the secrets of the universe, you can't you can't ever look at things you like instead of looking at Star Wars where they're using archetypes, but it's very blatant and obvious and upfront. And it's like, the Dark Father is called Darth Vader, and and it's very upfront. Instead, you go to Star Trek, right? You go to Star Trek, which is unwinds on really, it's really long, and there's a lot of hands at work in it, and it sort of um it's really smart and interesting a lot of times, but it's sort of ongoing and weird and yeah. That's my theory. Star Trek, not Star Wars.
Sounds like an opinion, but rather than a theory. But no, yeah, I
Well, no,
agree.
it's a theory because it's something I'm working, it's like a working model that I'm using to like create um like studies.
Okay, so instead of a Phoebe, who would I be?
You would be who's the greedy guy in Deep Space Nine with the big ears?
Odo? No, no, Quark.
Quark. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I definitely agree. The characters have a lot more moral ambiguity and depth in Star Trek.
Yeah. And the codes are there. The codes.
The codes.
The codes.
What is that?
Just like the patterns that are being left in culture that you can use to like
Sure.
uncrack the secrets of the universe. They're not going to be in Star Wars. It's like it's never going to be in Harry Potter or Star Wars. It's too obvious. The archetypes are too um right there front and center. That's like it's not how it's done. It's not how it's done.
Yeah, I mean,
Write
my
this down.
inclination is to agree with that. I mean, I don't
Yes.
know how much value there is to something like Harry Potter. I feel like Star Trek's probably on a little different level, but at the same time, there's a lot of different Star Treks,
That's
and
true.
Yeah.
I it's been a while since I've kind of engaged with any of them, honestly.
Yeah. I think though that even that right there, where there's a lot of Star Treks and they're all of varying quality, and
Yeah,
even like any given Star Trek, it's like there are seasons that are good, or it's kind of like
sure.
that to me is a sign where it's like, oh, everything, the codes aren't being put in there on purpose. If you're trying to on purpose put in codes, you're fucking up. That's
Yeah.
not how it's done. If you're trying to do the archetypes thing, you've already missed it.
Yeah, or it
You,
takes a really insanely talented
right.
writer to make it work. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, either that or it's just more of like a sitcom than it is like an epic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's the I think it's the self-consciousness that obstructs access.
Right.
It Yeah, like if you're trying to do it, you're not in flow. You're not
Sure.
in release to it and allowing it to do the work. You're trying to do the work for it, but like you're never going to be bigger and better than like nature. Like that's just not going to happen. So it's like you release and let it emerge rather than I'll do it all. This is my theory.
Yeah. No, I
Well, you're
agree
on.
with you there. But go ahead, Michael.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, I think he's on to something, and I don't know. I don't know how I would articulate it. There's something that my mind is wanting to go towards, like sort of woke language, but there's something like
Do it.
colonialist or something about like Harry Potter and
Right.
it's not colonialist. I just don't know what the word would be, but it's
It
like
is. It's colonizing the archetypes. That's exactly what it's extracting them and trying to like utilitarian, like use
right.
them
Yeah, sure.
rather than releasing and being used by them to like create the X Files. And
Right.
you're just like letting it happen.
Yeah.
Or you go to it and you're like, oh, this is gonna make it so fucking good. Ooh, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
my impersonation of it.
Yeah, that brings a couple of things to my mind. One, it sounds like your prescription is once the modern world gets to North Sentinel Island, we should immediately drop to our knees and submit ourselves to their will, ask how we can better facilitate their culture. Because, like, in colonial history, that's not what people do when they show up at a place that already has people in it, just to see what would happen. I don't know of any place other than North Sentinel Island that we have identified that
I'm not
has.
following what you're saying.
Oh, well, you're saying, it's kind of colonial in the sense that it's showing up. It's kind of taking these archetypes and directing them how to convey things, and kind of being a puppet master in that regard. My understanding of the colonialism analogy is that it's showing up and then implementing ideas that came from somewhere else in this new place instead of seeing the new place for its own richness.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like a rough?
I was thinking more in terms of trying to extract from it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we go, or the Belgians went to Africa and then they just wanted to get raw products for
Rubber.
making rubber. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
when we
And
get to, yeah, instead of showing up there and saying we have come from a land far away, let us fulfill your will.
yeah, right. That's rarely the story.
Right. That's my point. So
Often
yeah,
does not.
Okay, well, I think we're on track now.
yeah, okay, because you know about North Sentinel Island, right?
Uh-uh.
No.
I don't.
Oh, it's this uninhabited
The
island that
second
not sorry,
Epstein
not
Island.
uninhabited. It's an island that is inhabited. Yeah, but
Right.
So what's notable about it is that the people who live there have completely rejected any attempts to for outsiders to make contact with them, um,
Oh yeah.
generally by killing them and eating them.
Hell yeah.
So the most recent one that I'm aware of, this Christian missionary went, and he like had this was after like cell phones came out, so he had some cell footage going to the island, and then you like he gets murdered by them because they don't want him there.
Right.
So the joke was that this one place that has people that we haven't, um, colonized, that is the place, and to go there and invite them to subject their will upon us would just be offering ourselves for dinner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good joke.
Yeah. Thanks. But the other thing I
Michael,
was
show
gonna
us
say,
what you're drawing.
oh yeah.
Oh, I just. Well, that's what I want. I don't know if y'all
Dude.
Ooh.
any of that.
Okay, so
Makes sense.
listeners, viewers, you can buy these now, by the way.
Yeah, that one's a dude. So just so y'all don't think I'm drawing just women.
Yeah. Michael loves drawing dudes. And he draws it all, folks.
Yeah.
He draws it all.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I had this thought like as we record these and post them and get millions of listeners, people are gonna want to buy your artwork, and you should put on them like what the episode was and the date, and so then they can like buy from an episode they like. You'll make $1 majillion that way, bud.
Let's go. I'll have to do
I'm
something.
sorry, but
thematic,
you're
too.
gonna be rich.
Yeah, that would be fun.
100%.
If nothing else, it would give me something stimulating to draw.
Yeah.
Rather than just looking, Pinterest.
At the male figure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind Michael. He's just looking.
Yeah.
It's okay to look, ain't it?
It's okay to look.
Well, there are some.
Well, I mean,
I mean, there are some hard limits to that. Not at all.
Legally, it's not. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Legally, ethically, morally, practically, not true in the slightest. Those are my favorite kind of sayings that just completely give you incorrect information.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a topic we shouldn't dwell on, but I was reminded of the one guy I knew that got busted for that sort of thing, and
For what? Child porn or
yes, exactly
child,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I was really heartbroken because I really liked the guy and he was fun to play basketball with, and it was like, damn, really could be anyone. Really could be anyone.
Damn.
Silent after.
Well, I was debating giving more context.
Oh, I know. Me too. I know. I knew a neighbor actually who
like
got
when you were
arrested.
growing up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's actually really fucked up. So I don't know if y'all want to hear about it, but
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't
know.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about mine. It's like, yeah, there are more details that make it a more interesting story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's so dark.
But the takeaway remains the same. You never know what I'm pointing at my neighbor's house, what they're up to.
Right.
Yeah.
Be suspicious of your neighbor.
Yeah.
That's what the message Prophet Station Radio wants to give you.
Right.
Fear your neighbor.
Yeah, I think
Fear.
You know, as we draft a new religious textbook, that would be one of the verses.
Yeah, that's so. Be afraid.
Be afraid.
Chapter
do not
1.
trust your neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that's like the most. That's the thing. Like angels always say in the Bible is "Be not afraid." That's like always what they have to tell you, right? When they show up, they're like, "Hey,
Well,
be not
because isn't it?
afraid."
It's like people are like unanimously terrified of angels.
Be afraid.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, a
right.
biblical angel is like gnarly as hell and terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Angels are
For sure.
scary. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, any frame breaking event like that is going to be so scary that if you're supposed to listen, just the
Right.
amount of time, like, yeah, think about just if you were an alien landing on someone on a planet, like the amount of time you'd have to spend just to chill out the nervous system of the recipient of
Right.
information, man.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm not an expert in human psychology or behavior,
No,
but I
no,
feel
you're
I
like
not.
am. So go ahead. I'll correct
okay.
Yeah.
you.
So correct me if I'm
Michael,
wrong,
check
but
your work.
don't be afraid is advice that in given in context will never be effective.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's a pretty much pointless thing to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, calm down.
In
And like
fact,
I
it
think
generally, I would think, would do the exact opposite. You know.
yeah, I remember
Right.
back in college, maybe Jonathan, you remember this, a few times just for my own amusement. I approached women I didn't know at bars when we were all college kids, so it wasn't like wildly out of social context, you know. And my opening line was, "I am not a threat." And the extent to which
Works
I had
every time.
zero conversation whatsoever with that opening line, like makes me think that either people have very good, like I don't know, angel dars, whatever they're
Right.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Angel Tars. Yeah.
yeah,
That's that is funny that when you say be not afraid, if someone needs to hear it, then
yeah.
it won't work.
Well, now bring it back to the. Is it politically correct to say dwarf?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought little person.
Okay, little people.
Well,
Think about this.
a
You're at a
person
bar.
with dwarfism. Yes.
A person
Yeah.
Sure.
with dwarfism.
Think about it like this. You're at a bar. There's a really good looking woman next to you or guy that you don't have the balls to go and talk to, but then a little person comes up and you hear them say to this person, "I'm not a threat."
Yeah.
Be kind of a good pickup line on their part, you know, because it's
Yeah.
kind of
Whoa,
little bit
yeah.
funny, right?
Yeah.
Tying
That
it back,
is like a good
self-deprecating, you know.
wow,
That's another
yeah.
perk to being very short. I'll add that to the
Right.
list.
That's right. You can always use this pickup line
Right.
Yeah.
without fear of actually scaring someone. How'd that work for you?
Hmm?
I said, how'd it work for you?
Oh, horribly. No,
Yeah.
they were like
Oh, yeah.
confused more so, but like concerned
Yeah.
or just annoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up annoyed.
I bet
would
the
think.
last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever
I
I
mean-
did that, often when I would do jokey pickup lines like that were self-deprecatingly bad,
Mhm.
I was doing it actually to protect myself from actual
Mm.
vulnerability.
Yeah.
And they never ever worked. Never ever.
Yeah.
Really the only thing that ever worked as in got my foot in the door was just like not talking to someone at first in a context of like I'm trying to hit on you.
Mm. Yeah, everything
my
that's ever
experience.
materialized for me either was a woman actively pursuing me, or we had met in some other context and had been spending time together and were friends otherwise, and then things just happened. With the one exception, this one time I told this Chinese woman, I said, "I've never kissed an Asian woman," and she said, "Me neither." And then we went and found a stairway and kissed in it.
Such a clever thing for her to have said.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're still
Hold on.
friends.
What did she say?
She said neither have I.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so sharp in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And especially
Yeah.
like at a bar. Can you
No,
imagine?
this was at band camp. We were like 15.
Oh.
Nice.
I was also 15, just to be absolutely
Right.
clear.
I guess we're in that day and age where you really gotta clarify.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Always running that risk of like telling an anecdote of, some fling of the past, and the other person is just mortified.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, my thing
Mm.
with women was always to let them come to me. And
Yeah,
being a
same.
6 foot tall guy comes
Worse
pretty
every
easy.
time.
It worked
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. I often used have them pursue me, but again, I think that was just to avoid vulnerability.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, for me, like the reason it happened that they pursued me is because I was always too chicken shit to even
Right.
try to put myself
Yeah.
out there. I was just like,
That's something for the ladies to
yeah,
remember is that the best guys are probably chicken shit when they're in their 20s. So
yeah, not all men, just the ones who aren't like terrified of women. No, actually, I went out on a limb the other day. For one of my friends,
no,
I
climbing
went.
trees again. Disregard. Just
No, yeah,
disregard that. Keep going.
me and
Pretend it didn't happen.
heights. I'm with my balance disorder. That's just actually I'm
Sorry, that was
offended.
not
That's
Yeah.
kind of
right.
insensitive, dude.
Yeah, that
I
was.
mean, Jesus.
Yeah, but anyway, this I went over to I'm part of a exchange free stuff in the city that I live in that I'm not going to mention by name yet. Um,
Mhm.
where people
Seattle.
just post stuff that they're giving away or asks things they're looking for, and went to this woman's house and got something, and she was like really cute and friendly and nice and helpful, and then we followed up to get I followed up to get some more information about it, and then I ended up going back to get something else which we didn't really actually need that bad, but it was just an excuse to
Mhm.
see her again, if I'm being entirely honest. And then we ended up hanging out and like talking for like 10 minutes. Nothing big, just at the doorway, didn't go inside, just chatted about our lives and stuff like that. And then I finally got the courage, like over 2 weeks later, I saw her name pop up again in the little free stuff chat. And I sent her a message and said, hey, redacted. I saw your name pop up and I remembered how much I enjoyed talking to you. I'd be curious if you'd like to talk more over coffee or something like that. Lesbian
Uh,
or liar?
yeah.
That's the question, actually. What do
Lesbian or liar.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the amount of women I've hit on who turned out to be lesbians.
you?
It's the luck,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. 80% of this country's lesbians. I swear.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're lesbians and they have boyfriends.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, maybe she was just like leaning into the bit, but we like tentatively conspired to wing person for each other.
There
Nice.
So
you
yeah,
go.
I
Yeah.
told her that it seemed like I have a pattern of being attracted to lesbians, and she said, "LOL, I have a pattern of being attracted to straight women."
Mm.
Don't we all?
Y'all
Mm,
need to switch.
right.
Yeah.
Or we could go out, and just pick out people for each other.
Right.
Hmm.
Pick them out.
Right.
Like clothes off the rack.
Yep. Put a little
Man,
bit of
dating.
cheese under the box, the cardboard box, being held up by the
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
male. Yeah.
Right.
Or what are straight women attracted to? Money?
Gay men, I think.
I was,
Oh
yep,
yeah, yeah,
right there.
Yep.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's a perfect circle. Mm. Why don't you play a little music and then we close out Prophet Station
Sure.
Radio.
I don't know. I don't
Episode
know what to
1.
play.
Prophet Station Radio. Just let it ride, baby. I like saying things like that when I'm relying on someone else's talent entirely. Just let it ride, man.
Do whatever.
Yeah. Just completely confident for them. Yeah, I love
So I just set this up.
that is terrible so far, but there
You
it
don't
is.
like it?
I'm trying to have banter.
Oh.
Wow.
I need to work on everything that's going on over here on the.
As you play that, I want to leave on a message of just love for everyone who's out there in this day and age. It's getting crazy. All need a prophet to listen to. Just remember, the prophet speaks in all of us. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Prophet Station Radio. I'm Jonathan. That's Mike. That's producer Jim.